Hello everyone, it's Sal Stretford. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing fine. Everyone's had a great day, enjoying the elements, enjoying the time. You know what? It is only Monday morning. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Well, listen, you can tell from my voice. Excuse me. It's been a tough week for me, let alone Mondays. Goodness me. I'm glad I'm back on stream. I'm glad I got Chatterbox back. Guys, it's been a mad one for me. Been absolutely... You know what? Lampshaded. How do you say it? Lampshaded. I've been absolutely flabbergasted, sick with the flu. Can you believe it? Me? The flu. Yes. Goodness me. I think Man United are giving me football flu. I think there is such a thing as football flu. You know what? There's going to be some diagnosis going on very soon called football flu. You know what I mean? Oh, we got the football flu. Well, Man United definitely give us football flu, don't they? We don't know whether we're coming or going, Man United, and we don't know what we're doing with Man United at the end of the day. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please don't forget to smash a like on the video. If you guys could do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So let's get into it. Look, the rumors from Africa Foot. Africa Foot, 1 foot, not 2 foot, just 1 foot. Africa Foot have said that Manchester United are interested in Osimhen, and Osimhen has agreed to join Manchester United. Now, guys, I've been seeing this circulated quite a lot over the last 24 hours. This news about Osimhen saying that he's agreed to come to Man United. The agents have agreed with Man United a fee and stuff, etc. in Napoli and blah, blah, blah. Now, I want to know your opinion. Now, I always believed, guys, ever since I was a little toddler, there's no smoke without fire, especially when rumors are concerned. There is always an element behind it, a truth behind something. You know, is it the agents pushing for a move? Is it the agents trying to get more teams to come after Osimhen? Now, look, when I look at this transfer, I look at it and I think, look, it's not in the realms of impossibility that Man United sign Osimhen. Absolutely not. 62 million, Man United get rid of Rashford and Anthony is a very, very capable deal for Man United to do, to be honest with you. Now, I want to know your guys' opinion, because I can sit here and I can tell you about the birds and the bees and Man United are going to sign Osimhen and blah, blah, blah. But as we all know, this is all up in the air at the moment. What Man United are going to do in the summer is, are they going to sign Osimhen? Osimhen would be a perfect signing for Man United, by the way. Be brilliant signing. But are Man United going to do that deal? My personal opinion, it depends. It depends if Manchester United get Champions League football. Now, I've written a poll on the YouTube channel, guys. Check out that poll. Let me know, because I think it's to do with Champions League qualification. Myself, I think if Man United don't get Champions League, we're going to be shopping in the bottom basement. Instead of shopping at Waitrose, we're going to be shopping at Quick Save. Quick Save don't even exist anymore, by the way. But anyway, we're going to be shopping at Quick Save rather than Waitrose. So I would say that. So it depends on European competition. It depends if Man United win Europa League. And that's where we go from there, guys. Absolutely. And that is that. Well, guys, sorry. There we go. Okay. Let's get very soon. Big up, Danny B. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Big up, Darren. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Just can't get a run together. I mean, there's that guy, isn't it, who's doing that thing where Man United have to win 5 games in a row for him to cut his hair. I feel sorry for that guy, because that guy is going to look like a caveman pretty soon. Because Man United winning 5 games in a row, they're not going to win 5 games in a row this season. It's over. So what's he going to do in the preseason? Carry on growing his hair. We're going to run out of games, mate. Tell me where we're getting Victor Osimhen. Tell me where we're getting Victor Osimhen. It's an Africa Foot. A well-respected African, obviously, journalistic company. So I wouldn't take this with absolute gospel. But what I do have to understand, and I have to stress to you guys, that football rumors are more than just European. Just because it's not in Europe doesn't mean it's not true. Maybe Africa Foot have the inside knowledge about Osimhen, about him being obviously Nigerian. They might know more about him, more about the situation, etc., his family, etc. And maybe there is an element of truth to this. we're seeing a lot of Osimhen over the last years. We've been seeing a lot of rumours in regards to Osimhen. A lot of smoke up our backside, of course. A lot of lies. There's been a lot of manipulation. There's been a lot of, like, you know what, fishing for likes and clicks from other channels. But I firmly believe there's an element of truth in this. I firmly believe that Osimhen is a Manchester United fan, by the way. Let's not forget that. What I would say is that Osimhen coming to Man United depends on Champions League football. Now, him agreeing a deal to come to Man United, how much truth do you put in that? It's been spoken by a few people now that he has agreed to come to Man United. I mean, I want to hear it from a journalist over here, of course, in Europe. I want to, not over here, but I'm in the Middle East, but I want to hear it in Europe with the big journalist. Once I've heard it from the journalist's mouth, then I'll say, well, that is true. But what I'm hearing myself is that Man United could sign Osimhen. Man United could sign Gutierrez, but that depends on Champions League football. Man United will have much more maneuver to move in regards to Champions League football, in regards to transfers. Good afternoon, Triple M. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up, Steve-O. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Guys, sorry about my voice. My voice is absolutely a myth at the moment. I know I've had the flu, and I'm here. It's third day of flu. Third day of flu, I'm here. As I said, without an arm, I'll bring you the streams. Without arms, I'll bring you the streams. I don't care. I will always bring you the streams. Absolutely. Absolutely. Agent talk, Sal, they just want money. It could be, Steve. It could be agent talk. You know what? It could not. It might not. It might be some element of truth. Maybe the agent maybe Osimhen wants a move to Manchester United. Maybe wants a move to Man United. Maybe wants these rumors circulating. You know that. So we kind of ignite the plan in the Man United's heads that we should get Osimhen. I think it's a no-brainer. Man United do need a striker like that. I think Man United are desperate for a striker. I don't think Liam Delap is that guy to take Man United forward. We're not going to get anywhere soon if we have Liam Delap as our main striker. You know, it's not much of an upgrade for Rasmus Højlund, if you ask me, if I'm being totally honest with you. Now, people may say, oh, but Liam Delap is playing for Ipswich Town. Let me tell you something about strikers, right? And this is why I don't understand, like, you know what? Oh, he does, you know, look, it is an element of truth. If you don't get supply, if you don't get the crosses into the box, you're not going to score goals. There's an element of truth in that, right? But Kevin Phillips, who used to play for Sunderland many years ago, right? He was racking up 30 goals a season with Sunderland in the Premier League. He won the Golden Boot for Sunderland, with Sunderland, right? He was scoring goals from all different angles, making things happen for himself, etc., etc., etc. Now, I want to see Liam Delap do something. I haven't seen Liam Delap do anything like which I think like, wow, he's going to be an absolute superstar for Man United. Because I look at it and I think, well, we've got Chido, we've got Musa, you know, we've got our own young players coming through. So why don't we give our young players a chance and buy an experienced striker rather than spending? Look, listen, guys, it is 40 million, 30 to 40 million for Liam Delap. You know what I mean? It's not peanuts. It's quite expensive. It's still a lot of money at the end of the day. And you know what? It is up in the air, but we're going to have to see what happens, isn't it? Big up, Adam. What's going on, my friend? I hope you feel better now, mate. I hope we got. I hope him to you, mate. I hope we to get him to do, mate. Thank you, Adam. I'm doing okay, mate. I'm bursting out to cough, but you know what? I don't care. I'll be here. You got to get it in there, but guys, absolutely. But yeah, it's been a nightmare week for me. Yeah, I was in hospital attending to my wife, who was in hospital for 2 days, and I caught the flu in the hospital. How's your luck? How's your luck? How's your luck? It's been a bad week, but that's what it is at the end of the day. It's not easy, is it? It's not easy. Big up, Triple N. It's to generate interest for other clubs. We'll have to wait and see. We don't know. We need him to, with or without Champions League. We do need him, Darren. We do need him, absolutely. We do need him, absolutely. Are you a Safeway, Darren? I worked for Safeway, Triple M. That was one of my first jobs. I worked for Safeways. I worked in the pizza department. I worked in the chicken department. I was in the butchers. I was a butcher, guys. I was the original butcher. Forget Licha Martinez. I was the original butcher, guys. Absolutely, I was the original butcher. So I was working at Safeways back in 2002, guys, right? Let me tell you this story. I was working in Safeways back in 2002. And yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, no, I got some stories to tell, but definitely not. But one thing is for certain, I could have been life imprisonment right now. That is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. But I'm not, and gladly I'm not, thanks to my pal. But at the end of the day, that is what could happen. But I'll bring that in on one of the membership videos very soon. The story of me almost going to prison for life. But that's about it. Yeah, I'll go from there. But Safeways, I was also a baker. I mean, I had the keys to the bakery, definitely. I was a baker as well. So there you go. I was an all-rounder. Do you know what I mean? I was an all-rounder. I was John O'Shea of Safeways, definitely. I used to be everywhere at the end of the day. Big up. Decision in principle, bit like a loan, plenty of ifs. Absolutely, Steve. Absolutely. Big up, Craig. What's going on, my friend? You aren't winning anything with Rasmus up front. No, we're not, Craig. This is why we need a striker, pal. I think that Man United desperately need a striker. I think Rasmus needs to be put on loan, in my humblest of opinion. I think he needs to be put on loan and learn more. I think he came to Man United too soon. I do think it's a little bit unfair for Rasmus in regards to he's been been thrown into the deep end too soon. No, thrown into the deep end, basically been made Man United's main striker. He's basically been made Man United's main striker. And I feel it's a little bit unfair. Our strikers need a figurehead. For example, an experienced striker who's proven it, who's done it in the big leagues, who's won a league title, who's scored lots of goals, a bit like Osimhen. So they can nurture the likes of Rasmus and Xerxes, you know what I mean? Even Ahmad and Garnacho and these players. We've got a very young forward line, you know, and they're not improving at all. And to be honest with you, that's why we need an experienced head up there. So these players can learn off them as well. Big up, Rasta. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, of course. Big up. 40 minutes if it should stay up, 30 minutes if they go down. Now, guys, would you do that deal? It is a risk. Liam Delap is a punt. It's a punt. You're going to take a punt on Liam Delap. 30 million, even if we get it for 30 million, right? 30 million is still 30 million. 30 million is still a lot of money in regards to, you know, our transfer budget this summer. Obviously, our transfer budget depends on Champions League football. I don't know about Liam Delap. I just don't think he's going to elevate Man United. It's a bit like Tyler Dibbling. And one thing I'll say, I have nothing against signing the young players. I have nothing against that. But I believe we've already got good young players at the club. I already believe we got some generational talents at the club. You don't think that Chido and Musa and you know, these type of players would get into the Ipswich side? Of course they would. You know, this is the thing. And maybe we should like look at what we have already and just complement the young players with a bit of experience in the squad. That's what I would say, in my opinion. That's how I would do things. And when you look at the class of 92, that worked well because obviously the experience around them, didn't it? And, you know, having the likes of Roy Keane, Dennis Irwin, Pallister, Schmeichel, Bruce, Irwin, you know, Giggs, Cole, Cantona, you know, it's, you know, it makes a big difference at the end of the day, and they can learn. Natty, if Amram did not win the Europa League, can he be pressure in next season? If Amram did not win the Europa League, can he be in pressure next season? I think if Amram doesn't win the Europa League, look, I'm not going to be this guy who shouts at Amram, because I think it's insanity. I think they're stupid. People shout Amram out right now. At the end of the day, as I saw today, it's a bit like, you know, basically, like you're the manager, like you're a director, right? And you got the task of directing Hollyoaks, for example, right? The Hollyoaks in English TV, right? And you get criticized because you don't win Hollyoaks a Grammy. You know what I mean? And You're working with, but then you got other people who win the Grammy who got multi-million pound budgets and things like that. And Man United, in regards to Ruben Amorim, need to be patient. We need to be patient. I do believe that we can have an accurate analysis of Ruben Amorim next season. I don't think it's fair this season to throw all the blame on Ruben Amorim, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think that these people are I just don't think that there's many fans out there who don't get emotionally involved in Man United. They get emotionally involved with their ego and their opinion. They don't get emotionally involved in actual loving Man United. Let me just write this. They don't get emotionally involved in Man United. They get more emotionally involved in their own opinion, their own egotistical thing, and they have a narrative, and their narrative will never change. And unfortunately, that just shows a lack of intelligence from them. And I've been surprised and overwhelmed by the amount of, thick people in this fan base. I tell you right now, and to turn against Ruben Amorim, we're not going to win anything. No manager will come into this football club and win and get this team playing. At the end of the day, it's not going to work. As I've been banging on enough times for the last weeks, cultural problem at the football club. Cultural problem, mentality problem at the football club. When they're just, they would make any excuse to down tool. That is what they do at this football club. Any excuse to down tool. Steve-O, you guys are going to have to give me confidence that even if we do get Osimhen for all his wages and buying costs, like so many new players they seem to get injured back to squad where one. Oh, mate, you know what? I hope not, Steve. Imagine we got him and he got injured. Oh, flipping it. Can you imagine that? But Man United need a lot of players. Big up, Dark Crow. How you doing, my friend? Long time no see, my friend. Hope you're good. Sal, Ineos is cheap, and they might even look for cheaper options, but I would love to get Victor Osimhen. Big up, Rasta. Yeah. Ineos are cheap, and you know what? Ineos are like the crybabies. They're like the ones that, they feel sorry for me. We got no money. Feel sorry for me. We got no money. That's Ineos. Oh, we got no money. Feel sorry for me. Please feel sorry for me. We got no money. The only reason we got no money is because you facilitated the Glazers, you fools. You facilitated the Glazers. You decided to keep the Glazers at the club. We could have had a full Sal. We'd be cushy right now. FFP, PSR. What does that mean? We would have had a full Sal, wouldn't we? We wouldn't have to worry about penny pinching, buying the next prospect who's going to be good in 5 years. We could do both things, get experience, and we could get Liam Delap and Osimhen. Do you know what I mean? We could have done that. But you, with your vanity project, giving us this shiny new stadium. Wow, the shiny new stadium. Magnificent. Oh, wow. I don't care if we play on Hackney Marshes. I really don't care. As long as we are winning on that bloody football pitch. That's all I care about. At the end of the day, we're penny pinching. We're worried now because of them. And they're throwing out every single stock. Everything that comes out is negative. Everything. Oh, this is costing too much. This is costing too much. They won't mention how much money we're going to make from Anthony, Rashford, maybe Luke Shaw, Casemiro, maybe the goalkeeper as well. How much money we're going to make from these players? How much money we're going to make from the league position? How much money we're going to make from Sancho? How much money we're going to make? We made in the Europa League. If we win the Europa League, how much money we're going to make? It beggars belief, guys, that, these guys can sit there and splurt their garbage, their negativity about how much we are in debt, how much we need to sell players and do this to fill up that debt and blah, blah, blah. Ineos to a T. And we warned people about this, and they're all gone in hiding. They need to come out and apologize, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, definitely. Sal used to chop meat and chicken in original, but I used to do that, mate, in Safeways in Stratford. Yeah, I used to do that in Stratford. I've done quite a lot of jobs. I've worked my butt off my whole life. Nothing was given on the plate for me, definitely. And I've worked there. I enjoyed it. It grounded me. It taught me about real life. I was a fishmonger as well in the same store. You know, and I remember this, right? I used to go home on a bus in East London, right? I used to go home on a bus smelling a fish. And you know, with the smell of fish, right? The smell of fish, you become immune to it. When you work in a fishmongering environment for a while, you become immune to the smell. So you don't realize you stink of fish. So when I used to go home, no one would sit next to me on the bus. And I think, what the hell? What's wrong with me? I got my nice cologne on. I got the Carolina Herrera on. You know what I mean? And, you know, it probably Carolina, you know what I mean? Carolina Herrera, the salmon version. You know what I mean? But there you go. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. If we get Osimhen, that means Arsenal will get Gyökeres. I've got a feeling Kenny Gyökeres is going to Arsenal anyway. I think that that deal was already done, to be honest with you. I'm sad about that because I feel like Ruben Amorim desperately wanted Gyökeres. Unfortunately, the ownership that we got isn't great, you know what I mean? And it is the reason why we're not getting the likes of Gyökeres, etc., etc. We knew that Amorim needed to be backed in January. They didn't really back him with what he needed, especially in attacking. We got rid of 3 players out, 1 player in Dorgu. We should have got more. The attacking players should have been replaced. Yeah, whatever you do, they should have been replaced. But you know what? It is what it is. It is Ineosity, of course. Ineosity, ridiculous. Idiocracy and Ineosity go hand in hand. I used to work in Safeways near Wapping Station, product section. There you go, Chibalena. There you go. You got something in common, my friend. Kenny Fan TV, I enjoyed WrestleMania this morning. Oh, goodness me. F John Cena. I can't stand that overprivileged git. I can't stand him. John Cena, given the title. Always given the title. He's always got an opportunity to get the title, hasn't he? He's always got that little opportunity. I was a little bit disappointed in WrestleMania, to be honest with you. The main event, I felt is slow. CM Punk looks like he's running in slow motion. Everything was so slow. Fair play to, obviously, Jey Uso. Yeet. I should do that, innit? I should start doing that on my show. I think I should have that. I should have that on my thing. Eat. That's what I should have. I should do that, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. But big up Jey Uso. He's come a long way, hasn't he? At the end of the day, WWE champion. There you go. What a way. What a way to do things, of course, guys. What a way. What a win. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, great. By the way, my friend, Joe Hendry, who's been on the show. Joe Hendry, who's been on the show, guys. Look it up. Stretford Post, Joe Hendry faced Randy Orton at WrestleMania this weekend. He lost, but Joe Hendry, well done, my son. He's been on Stretford Post. Check out Joe Hendry. He's been on Stretford Post. He was at WrestleMania at the weekend. You say, I knew he would. There you go. And he was at WrestleMania facing Randy Orton, guys. What a moment. What a time, of course. Check out the interview I did with Joe Hendry, by the way. Guys, big up. You're not working at Safeways. Is that the reason you're not around anymore? They're not around anymore. If I told you what happened, Darren, right, what happened is this, right? What happened is this. I used to work in the fish market and the butchers at the same time. I used to work in both of them at the same time. So what used to happen is when I would do the fish, I would serve the fish to a customer. I would take off the plastic gloves, replace the plastic gloves so I could serve the meat, right? And vice versa, right? Now, one guy came in, big hefty dude, and he said to me, hurry up, man. Hurry the F up, man. Because I was taking my glove. I said, listen, yeah, unless you want food poisoning, right? Let me change my gloves and let me do things properly, okay? You know what he did? He came round the counter, right? I was standing there, and he flicked my face. Guys, at that point in my life, I was kickboxing already for 6 years, right? I literally had to go to the police as a weapon that I can kickbox, I can fight. and I'm dangerous. Now, when he did that, you forget, when you're looking at a butcher, right? When you're looking at a butcher, we have a whole selection of knives, right? Right? I picked up one and I went for him. And then my friend grabbed my arm like that and he threw it back. And there's your butterfly effect moment. There's your movie scenario right there. And that is what can happen in life. You know what I mean? That's what can happen in life. And that is the small margins that we have. Triple M, Arsenal will get Jaquires. I think so as well. I think Cunha wants to come United. Can Ineos do? I do not think so. I think he wants to come, but I just don't think we're going to get the money for him to do that. Delap is not the level we need, and we all know that. We need some experience. Rasmus is drowning because he hasn't got experience in the attack to learn from. I agree, mate. To be honest with you, for us to take Delap, that's not a definite. That's a definite no for me. I believe he used to play for City, if I'm not mistaken. We need a seasoned striker. I agree, Rasta. Well said, brother. Well said. I'm just bored of Amram Outers at this point. They think their manager should be easier. Oh. Didn't before Eric Ten Hag got sacked, didn't they say that another manager will come in and win the league with this team? Stupid, honest to God. But now, hello, Sal. I just thought, should we loan out a young Cheetah team to maybe a championship club? If we get Osimhen, Højlund, we can keep for the bench because of FFP. We ain't going to sell him. Yeah, FFP, we have to sell Rasmus Højlund for at least 42 million, which ain't going to happen, is it? Yeah, I think that Rasmus Højlund does need to be loaned out. I think that Rasmus Højlund needs to go on loan to learn his trade as well. Cheetah Obi-Martin, I don't think he's the finished article. I don't think he presses enough. I don't think he's intense. When you come on that pitch, you got to run. You got to push yourself. You got to push yourself. You know what I mean? When you come onto that pitch, to be honest with you, I just see a little bit like laziness, lethargic, like you know what I mean, and stuff. And you know, it's just a mentality thing. I don't know at the football club, but when you come onto that pitch, I want to see sprinting. I want to see running, fighting for that ball. I'm not seeing that with Chido. He needs to fight a little bit more. When you come on the pitch, mate, fight, get that ball, make things happen. You know what I mean? Like, at his age, Welbeck was probably a lesser quality player. But Danny Welbeck used to get that ball, fight for that ball, and bury it into the top corner from 30 yards. You know what I mean? You have to sometimes make things happen for yourself. Amram in that guy, big up, absolutely Triple M. I didn't like how Alma and James Walker didn't even smile in the game on Thursday. It was bizarre. They're pricks, mate. Honest to God, I'll be honest with you, Tarek. They're idiots, mate. They just get on my nerves. They talk a good game, but they don't. I mean, I can do their job. I can do their bloody job. Full Sal, so close. I know, mate. Missed out that one. I'm just agree with you, mate. I wanted a full Sal. All these frauds we talk about, they're big frauds, brother. New stadium for WrestleMania. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what they want, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know, as they said, look, if you look at the images of the new stadium, we got a little stage outside the ground. We got a little stage. I don't know what that stage is for. Probably for Simply Red. So Simply Red comes on. Money's too tight to mention. Yeah, money's too tight to mention. Just to remind us that money is tight. Excuse me, guys. Still got the flu. Goodness me. That money is tight. And money is too tight to mention. And that is what it is at the end of the day. I don't care about the stadium, if I'm being honest, guys. I don't. After the recent ridiculousness, I'm up for anything. Fed up with now, especially after yesterday. Yorkshire Cowboy, you know what I hope, brother? I hope that the league finishes quickly. I want the league to end now. I've had enough of this league campaign. I really have. I've had enough of the league campaign. I've had enough of this nonsense. And I just want to win the Europa League and we move on to next season. We see what happens next season. This season's been a disaster. It's been an absolute disaster. When you think about Alex Ferguson period, right? And you think about from 1993 to 2008, right? How many games did we lose in the league? You know what I mean? Add it all together. How many games we lost this season? It's not much more if you add it all together. Hope I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, Yorkshire Cowboy. Not 100%, but I'm getting there. Just need to keep grinding, get my mind off it. Yeah, I've been awful. This last few days has been an absolute horror show, mate. Horror show. Oh. Triple M, even if we win the Europa League, the Glinios will pay that money for their debt. Absolutely. That's why we don't want them. I think so far we made like about 25 million in Europa, but I have a gut feeling they are going to spend their money stupidly. You know what? We get 30 million even if we finish 13th in the league or 14th. About 30 million. So, you know, they won't mention that though. I laugh when people say that Qatar can take our soul. Our soul is dead when Glazers took our... Absolutely. What soul? Look what they need to do is delve a little bit deeper to who the Glazers are. They need to delve a little bit deeper to who we are dealing with here. We're not dealing with good people in the Glazers and Ineos. They're not good people. People think they're good people, just delusional, just because they look like them. And that is what it is. And that's what I've always said. Steve, did anyone see Cherky grab his crown jewels yet towards United fans during the Lyon game? Shall we take it with a pinch of salt? It's a kind of person. Steve, to be fair, I don't mind that sort of shithousery. I don't, because I wouldn't mind. We need some of that at Man United. We need some of that shithousery. We need that sort of mentality. We used to have characters like that at the football club. We need this type of mentality at the football club. I really do think that. I think that we need someone who does things like that, takes things from grabs things from you know what I mean? I'm not going to get a metaphor in there, but yeah, absolutely. But we need someone like that. You know what I mean? Takes life by the cojones. You know what I mean? And gets going. But yeah, people may say, oh, it's disrespectful to snowflakes, but I don't. I just don't care. I mean, we had the last laugh on the night, didn't we? He who last laughs loudest at the end there. And we laughed very loud and we hurt Lyon. I've been watching some of the videos of Lyon, some of the Lyon fans. It's hilarious. I mean, oh goodness me. Harry Potter, Maguire, Harry Potter. Oh my God, it's so funny. Watch them. You know, you get the watch-alongs in the French ones, the Lyon fans. It's funny, man. Honest to God. Them crying their eyes out. You know what I mean? Oh, man. You see KSI as well celebrating. Look, this is the thing with Arsenal fans, guys. KSI celebrating when Lyon went 4-2 up, 3-2 up, 4-2 up. Why are they begging for Man United to lose? You're doing all right, Arsenal. Why are you coming after Man United? They're so obsessed with us. We hurt their feelings. We've destroyed their childhoods. No matter what happens to Arsenal, they would always be unhappy. Come on, PSG. You better knock them out. I'm telling you, PSG. You got to do one for, you know, you got to save football, PSG. You got to save football. I'm telling you right now, you have to save football. PSG have to save football. I don't care. They got to save the game. Because if Arsenal win this Champions League, God blimey. The ending was so bad, I enjoyed the rest of them. What in regards to what? WrestleMania? I think you know, WrestleMania was all right. I mean, it's not like when I was growing up, proper WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Triple H and, you know, Generation X and things like that, you know. But I have a good affiliation with the WWE. I've worked on the WWE. People know me. I was part of the live Raw show in 2011 with my brother Reds, who was a rapper. And we done some things with R-Truth. And it was a big experience. I got a lot of love for the WWE, absolutely. Brilliant. But I think it was all right. I just felt it was a little bit slow, if you ask me. Nothing spectacular. You know, we used to have people jumping off 30 feet bloody cages and things like that, didn't we, back in the day? You know, if you remember. Rasta, so are you, my brother. I hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you so much. When you get a pinch, when you get on the when you get onto the pitch, if your thing isn't happening, run, scrap for the ball. Rasmus Obi half-assed. Thank you, Yorkshire Cowboy. You said it there, exactly that. We've got eyes, guys. We've got eyes. We can see. When you get on the pitch, if it's not if the ball is not coming your way, make the ball come your way. If the door slams in your face, build your own door. That's what I'm saying. And this is the thing. If you're a young player, let me give you advice. All right? As a striker, don't just stand in the box looking like you're a tree. You're not a tree, right? You're not Fellaini. You're not a tree. So what you do, you got to run for that ball, track that ball, grab that ball, run with it, smash it in the top corner with all your might, like Rooney did. What did Rooney do? That's what you do. You got to make things happen for yourself. Show it. You want it. That's what you got to do at the end of the day. I don't see that. Robert Inside, someone there was fake news. Who's your sauce, Robert? KP. Is it barbecue sauce? Is it mayonnaise? What is it? What's your sauce, mate? 10K subs. Come on. Let's go there. We're nearly there, guys. Few more to go. I think I'll go back 9. So 9 more subscribers to 10K subs, guys. Thank you so much, you legends. Thank you. Glazers are the Z word. F the Glazers. Big up, Triple M. Generation Z. That's what Glazers are. Because they can't win a European trophy. Absolutely. It's true. It's true, Danny B. That's Arsenal fans. PSG will muller Arsenal in both legs. I hope so, Triple M. I hope so. They've got to save football. They've got to save football. These idiots are closet United fans. All my Leeds, my fan mates always watch United. I mean, I know, mate. They are. I mean, at the end of the day, they hate us because they ain't us. They hate us because they ain't us. But you know what I would say is that we're the great Manchester United and we will never die. And we will be back, guys. You know? And Arsenal can carry on moaning and complaining about Man United. We don't watch Arsenal like they do. We don't watch Arsenal like they watch Man United. We concentrate on ourselves. We don't watch Arsenal. Good luck. Do your thing. We're doing our thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, they're just like, that's why I don't understand certain people, fan channels and that, who are so up Arsenal's backside all the time. I don't understand that. They wouldn't have won anything. Ten Hag won more than what Arsenal won. Ultimate Warrior was my favorite. It was one of my favorites as well, Danny B. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior reminds me of myself when I used to wake up late to go to work. That's how I used to be running to work every time I used to run into the ring. Absolutely. I can't wait for PSG to beat the champions. Absolutely. The champions of Europe. They'll never sing that, Rasta. And I hope they never, ever will sing that in my lifetime. Absolutely not. I like WrestleMania when Goldberg was there. My kid memory. Natty, Goldberg. Oh, don't say Goldberg. I don't like Goldberg. Goldberg was apparently the worst wrestler in the history in regards to his safety record. He injured a lot of wrestlers, apparently. Yeah, there you go. Brendan, hit me a heart for me, Danny. And Jack saw Jim Duggan. Oh, maybe I should do that when I come into the stream. Oh, this is it. We got the Champions League trophy. Oh, there we go. We've got 3 of them. Yeah, so hats off. Mine was Macho Man Randy Savage. God rest his soul. Yeah. There we go. Bruce the Barber Beefcake. Bruce the Barber Beefcake was yeah, he used to have his own show on the program, didn't he? I remember him, yeah. Bruce the Barber Beefcake. He was funny. Big up everyone, big up. I saw Obi doing okay for the first game, but not seen enough of him. I just don't think he worked. I don't think he needs to want it more. He needs to want it more. He needs to fight a little bit more for that. Of course, he needs to fight a little bit more, in my opinion. And a sneak peek at the other fan channels over the last few days, Sal, and I can't believe how divided and fickle they are. I get the impression some think we're going to be title contenders next year. They just, mate, they don't understand. If they think like that, they don't understand the problems at this football club, what's going on at the moment. They don't understand the fundamental issues at this football club. They don't have a clue, in my opinion. Goodness, if we win the league next season, I'm doing the lottery and I'm going to win. Definitely. Big up, Danny B. Who win more from United or Arsenal in the next 5 years? Man United. Trust me. WCW Goldberg, better than, the WWF Goldberg, definitely. Beautiful Bobby, Bobby and Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's a legend, absolutely. Mr. Perfect, he was a legend. Texas Tornado and all these guys. So I like He-Man, big up. Barca will better Arsenal, not sure. I don't think Arsenal are going to beat PSG and Barca, in my opinion. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. Big up, everyone. Much love to you all. Guys, thank you so much. Sorry about the voice and everything. I'm getting back to full fitness. Guys, I'm sounding like a Man United player now. I'm getting back to full fitness. I'm not 100% yet. But guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to cut it short because obviously otherwise my throat's going to disappear. I know I have no throat left. And I sound like the Godfather when I'm coming on the channel tomorrow because I'll be, you know what I mean? So with my voice and that. But guys, thank you so much for joining me. Been a great show. And guys, I'll be back tomorrow anyway for Breaking Dawn early in the morning. Please put your notifications on. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. You're absolute legends. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. And I'll see you later, guys. No, I won't see you later. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, guys. Take it easy. Peace.